So there was a video that I made a couple of weeks back that went extremely controversial. So the video was about whether you should buy an IEM with a Type-C or get a one with a 3.5mm jack and get a DAC separately. So first of all, let me play that small little clip that went extremely controversial. If you are using a IEM with a Type-C, so you are actually taking a digital signal and listening it through a ear. There is no way to convert that digital signal into an analog signal. But with IEM with a 3.5mm, you are actually able to make that conversion via these DACs. You are able to convert that digital signal into an analog signal. So I guess that after watching that clip, the first line that I said in the clip, that no digital to analog conversion taking place, I just feel that a lot of people just trying to get the things by that line. You didn't understand the context of the video. So there were comments like the people who understood said that the video was informative. There were some people who said that video is misleading and I should check on the facts and upload the video again. There were some people who said that they wasted 6 minutes of their time while watching the video. There were also some people who said that nowadays Type-C IEM, all Type-C IEM has a built-in DAC inside. Does it really is it like that all Type-C IEM has a built-in DAC inside? What has Type-C to do with DAC actually? So these are all the kind of queries and comments that I am going to answer in this video. Also this time the opinions will not be just mine, but I'll cross verify each and everything for you from Google or ChatGPT so that you have better understanding of the facts. Those of you who are coming directly on this video, I suggest that you watch the part 1 of that video, and let's begin. So I'll start with the basic question whether the Type-C port on a smartphone is analog or digital. So first of all, I'll read this out to you. In general, USB ports on smartphones are primarily designed to handle digital signals for various functions like data transfer, charging and video output. And back in those times when 3.5mm jack was there on the smartphones, so this was only the basic property of the port. But when smartphone companies began to remove that 3.5mm jack, so they had to include another functionality to this port, which is the functionality of providing analog signals to this port, in which the internal DACs of your smartphones will be used. It was just rerouting the signals from 3.5mm jack, which was not there, to reroute the signals back to the Type-C port so that people could use their existing earphones or headphones with 3.5mm jack, and you will be able to make this connection via some kind of a Type-C adapter. So this is a Type-C adapter. So you can simply plug this adapter into your phone and you can connect your existing 3.5mm earphone or a headphone. In this particular case, the phone's internal DAC will be used for analog signals. Now here some people are of the opinion that every Type-C IEM has a built-in DAC chip inside. So my question to you is that when a smartphone is throwing out an audio signal in analog form, how we will be able to connect a DAC, because DAC is supposed to have a digital input, not an analog input. So to understand this is the pin diagram of the Type-C port. So based on the information that is given online, you see those SBU1 and SBU2 pins, which I'm highlighting in green color. So those are the pins that are responsible for carrying your analog output, and beside that you have your D plus and D minus pins that are responsible for carrying your digital signal. So let's say you're connecting an IEM with a built-in DAC. So those IEMs will be connecting by default on the D plus and D minus, and let's say if you are using an adapter, so that will be connecting on your SBU1 and SBU2. Also some people are of the opinion that every Type-C IEM has a built-in DAC chip inside. This is definitely not the case. So this is the Blonde BL03 with a built-in DAC chip inside, and this is the Audiophile BR Pro, which doesn't have a DAC chip inside. So this particular IEM will be connecting on the data pins, and this IEM will be connecting on the digital pins. I hope that makes sense. A lot of people also get confused between the word connector and an adapter or a converter. So first of all, adapter is something that will adapt between two different devices. Let's say there are some kind of port on a device 1 and there is another device which is the device 2, and it will just match up the connections. That's all what an adapter does. But when it comes to a converter, it is actually converting a digital signal or any sort of a signal to the other form. So that's why we call it digital to analog converter, because it's simply connecting or it is simply converting one form of a signal to adapter. So don't get confused between the words connector, adapter and converter. And if you look on the Amazon also, and if you search for the word connectors and converters, so you will come across all this a huge list. So you can already see that some companies are specifying it as adapter and some companies are calling it as a converter. So just try to understand the basic difference. So at last I want to take you back once again to that small clip and the first line that I said in that video, that there is no digital to analog conversion that is happening. So of course I was not talking about the conversion that is happening inside the smartphone through the built-in DAC or maybe the DAC inside the Type-C connector of an IEM. I was talking about the superior quality conversion that you can achieve by getting a DAC separately from the market and pairing it with a 3.5mm IEM. Now just think about it, like these IEMs, like these DACs actually come cost you around 800, 900 or 1000 rupees, and there is like other superior DACs you can spend like thousands of rupees, and the kind of DAC chips that are included in these DACs are more superior. Like if you get the expensive DACs, you may have a 2 DAC chip inside, or maybe 2 DAC chips paired with an class A amplifier, so that is going to give you a more superior output. So you cannot compare that kind of an audio signal with these kind of built-in DACs that are there in IEMs also. But yeah, but one kind of a thing is sure, that these kind of a setup gives you much more functionality, much more portability. You don't have the hassle of carrying these kind of a connectors, and also yeah, that kind of a thing I can understand, but definitely you cannot compare these kind of DAC chips to the dedicated DACs. So this was all about the video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this all comparison and all these things make sense. I'll include the relevant links in the description below, so you can read it out what is there on the internet. And there was a thing that I said in one of my videos, which is driving early conclusions, where people don't watch the video carefully, but they are just in a rush to write something in the comment section. So yeah, I think this is what this is something happened with this video as well. But anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.